All right, so hey everyone, I just want to make sure everybody is able to get in here. Hello Mary, hello Hunt Sisters. Hey Roselia, hey Kitty, Deanna, Beth, Laura, James, Dawn. Yay, you're catching live. Hey Roselia, oh, thank you for asking. She is doing amazing. I'm telling you, God is good. She is doing wonderful. So thank you for asking. It has been wonderful to see how well she's progressed. Yeah, and I am looking forward to showing you guys these lunar pastes. These just came out 2 days ago. I've had a chance to play around with them a little bit. Hi, Mick. Yeah, and they are super fun. They match the inks beautifully. So let me show you. They come in these little 2 fluid ounce jars. Hey, Bratty Patty. Tracy, hello. Yeah, they come in these little 2 ounce jars. They're like a little plastic container. They're full to the brim pretty much, and they are shimmery and gorgeous. I swatched them out. And I'm so glad you did too, Mary, which, by the way, check out the Hunt Sisters page, Mary and Yvonne. They have some funny stuff on there. They also just show their adventures. They are some really cool sisters. All right, so I did swatch them out. Take a look at that on the black and the white. What I did is I used my palette knife, and I put a big chunk of it out there. And then what I also did was I used some sponges, because I watched Simon, you can use sponges. And I wanted to see if the sponges would get nasty. I suppose over time they will, but yes, he sure is, Beth. Yes, he is. Could not agree more. God is good all the time. Yeah, and so anyway, so what I did is I used the sponges just to kind of show you that you can mix these out as well. And they're beautiful. But like I said, they match the stamp or the ink pads, and they are fun. I did these around, I don't know what time it was, and I came back an hour later. I wish I had checked sooner, but they were totally dry. So I would love to know at what point I didn't touch them. I didn't heat set them, although I know you can. I would love to know at what point you can leave, that they will dry completely. But I went kind of thick. You can see there are some peaks here, and they worked great. It is pretty and shiny, Mary. And yes, James, they are gorgeous. I know, they are, wow. So I went ahead and I wanted to make like a little galaxy background, and check that out. That was just using the sponging. We're gonna try and do something like this today, and then we're also gonna use a couple of stencils. Yeah, oh, you ordered them, Carol? Good for you. Hi, Kay. Yeah, they're fun. I'm telling you, they're fun. And I figured since we're doing that, I might as well bring out, this is not new. There's the Space Training stamp set. This is fun. I've only used it a couple times, but mostly just for the kitty. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, SMR. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Let's jump into it. I went ahead and cut out some cardstock. I'm actually using navy blue. You could use black, but I decided to use some navy blue. It looks beautiful on the black, as you can tell. But let's go ahead and jump into we're going to put it on with a palette knife. Yes, it does look really pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pixie spray. I'm in a pretty well ventilated area, so I'm not worried about that. But I would definitely, if you're going to use pixie spray, and Simon suggests that you do use it with this. This is a creamier kind of medium. It is not as thick and gritty or just thick as some of those that are out there. So I suggest using a pixie spray. We had an amazing vacation. We were down at the beach, so it is hard to be mad about that. Thank you. The background, I had fun making that background, Deanna. All right, so I'm just spraying that. And then gonna let that dry just a little bit. But if you've never used pixie spray before, did you order some too, Beth? Good for you. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with them. And I feel like this stuff is gonna last for a long, long time. I think that there are lots of options with this stuff, and I love how shiny it is. All right, so I've let that dry for just a second, and I'm just gonna set it down on top. And I'm using my glass mat. We went down to, where were we? Now I'm blanking. We had such a good time. It was on the Gulf Coast. Why can I not remember? Because we've gone there twice now. It's such a neat little beach. So Pixie Spray is an adhesive, so you see that I can pick up that cardstock and it's sticking. And what it's going to do is make sure that there's a decent seal without tearing the cardstock when I lift it. And this way, when I use the paste, it won't seep underneath. So that is cool. And all I'm going to do is use a palette knife. I also have a paper towel. And then we're going to start doing some scraping across. I want to use all the colors, so hope I'm not using too much. All right. So we'll try and do like a little bit of a rainbow, I'm thinking. And we don't want it on too thick because I do want it to dry in time while we're online. Gulf Shores, Navarre Beach. Thank you. Thank you, James. See, he would remember. I don't know why I forgot. It wasn't Destin, yeah, but it was close by. But Navarre Beach, it's not very touristy, but it's absolutely stunning. And we were at a campground there, and it was great. They had their own little personal beach in the bay, so it wasn't like on the beach. Oh, have you, Mary? I bet you enjoyed it as much as we did. All right, so I'm gonna kind of try and scrape that and make that go as far as possible. Oh, I'm getting a lot of that red in there. That is okay. That is the cool thing about mixing these mediums around a little bit. See what you get. All right. Yes. Edisto Island in August. Family vacation 26 of you, Beth. Ooh, I want to join. That sounds fun. Hi, Mariska. Oh my gosh, you're up late, girl. You are up late. I feel super special. And I'd wake the cats for you if I could, because they actually fell asleep in the craft room. They're right behind me. I honestly am a tiny bit afraid that they're going to wake up and then want to participate in what we're doing. Which, of course, we're doing something messy. So it's a guarantee they'll be awake. And by the boys, I mean Siamese cats, in case you are unaware. All right, so we'll come in. Oh, and I'm not even telling you the names. We've got Bee Sting, Traffic Cone, Slippery When Wet. This is later Gator. And these are just super creamy and super shiny and just super make me happy. I sound like a broken record all the time. I know. But I'm having fun. Okay. What do we got there? Yeah, where is... Am I saying it right? Edisto? Not that anyone can actually get on here and say something, I suppose, but... two houses... Oh, South Carolina. I love South Carolina. The boys did go on vacation with us, Yvonne. They always do. That's part of the reason we got the camper. We're that crazy cat people, I guess. We like to take them with us. Getting down there is kind of a trip, but yeah. Past my bedtime, but still awake. Oh, you had wine though, so you might fall asleep soon. Good for you, Mariska. Wake them up. Well, you know, if I can get things to dry in a good amount of time, I will probably do that for you. But right now I have a pan of water in here so that I don't have to run to the sink with this, because that is kind of the suggestion if you're going to use this kind of medium, is to, yeah, make sure you have either a pan of water or run to the sink. You don't want this drying on your stencils. You ordered the stencil and some background stamps today. All right, good for you, Kay. You figured it was cats? Yes, he probably had to. All right, so let's peel this back and see the reveal. Hello. Oh, I like that. All right, I'm going to put this in my little pan of water because, like I said, I don't want that to dry on my stencil. But look at how cool that is. Oh my gosh, and it's kind of thick. Now, Simon says you can heat set it. I'm going to try to not do that right at this moment. We're going to work on our next background is what we're going to do. Just because... I want to see if I can go without... I want to see if it'll dry in time is what I really want to see. And I may need to ask James for some more paper towels. If he's available to do that. All right. Because this, when it dries on your mat, you know, it's going to be like a little bit of a paint, just so you're aware. It isn't like an ink. It's going to be like a paint. But let's check that out. Check out that shimmeriness, and it does have a little bit of thickness, but I'm liking it. I'm looking and I'm liking. The girls just joined you in the bedroom and now expecting some playtime. Of course they are, because you're awake and you had wine, and so you're sleepy, right, Mariska? That's fun. Yeah, Kitty, aren't they great colors? Thank you, Mariska. Thank you. And thank you, James, for the paper towels. He did come in. All right. So I'm going to set this off to the side just to let this dry a little bit. And then we're going to start working on our next background because I wanted to show you. And as I work with these, I'll try and bring in new techniques and show you more stuff. But let's pull in another one. I want to try and make that background like I did earlier using the sponges. And I noticed that it, you know, it's going to dry like a little bit of a paint. But what I did do is I rubbed them off on the paper towel when I was done with them. I bet if you let them sit in the paste and just let them dry the way they were and not try to get some of the paste out of there, it's going to get a little bit hard, and it'll be hard to reuse your sponges. You can probably wash them off, so I may try that afterwards just to kind of play around and see. So comparing it to the other glazes, what I would say is, like, because I have the Nouveau, let me see. So I have the Nouveau Glacier pastes, and I feel like this stuff is a whole lot creamier and a little bit more liquidy. And by creamier, I mean it doesn't hold the peaks the way that this stuff is going to. And I feel like this stuff is a little bit more liquid than, say, your Glimmer paste. So this stuff is, I feel like, different enough, which I like. And I love that it matches. Mary, thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're awesome. Did you, Betsy? Awesome. You're going to love them. Hey, Mariska, thanks for asking. She's doing so much better. I'm feeling so super blessed by how well she's doing. I know that she's feeling blessed as well. I think really what it came down to was she got the attention she needed as soon as she needed it. And so she's been making great strides. So she would tell you she is, you know, she's happy with how far I think she's come along. So, all right, now I'm going to bring in my sponges. Yes, thank you, Mary. I'm going to bring in my sponges. I'm just putting a little bit. I saw Simon, because these will fit. This is the this mini distress ink tool. I saw him dip right into the container. It will fit. I don't need to do that. I'm actually going to continue to try to do it out of the lid because I just think I'm a messy person, so I feel like this will help. Hey, Tina, how are you? But I'm going to go ahead and start in, and I'm going to just kind of sponge that in and try and make a galaxy. What I noticed is because doing it this way is going to cause it to dry a lot quicker. You're going to end up with not harsh lines, but if you wanted to, you know, extend that out, you can. It's just once it's dry, it's dry. There's no changing that, okay? All right, so we'll do the same sort of thing like I did before as far as rainbow color. Thank you, Mariska. I can't even tell you how blessed and excited I'm feeling. In fact, I'm hoping she and her husband are going to get to come and see our new house. They have not had a chance to yet, so I'm hoping they'll get to pretty soon. All right. Okay, so next color, we'll bring out the traffic cone. Good, Tina. Awesome. And I'm going to switch out my sponges because I almost did this earlier when I was playing around. And just kind of dip in there. And then dip on my mat in case I need to. But what I'm trying to do here is make it almost look like a galaxy. And once those dry, they're not going to mix as well, if that makes any sense. And I know looking down on it, it doesn't look like much, but when I hold it up in the light, that shimmer is what gets you. It gets you. The texture of the, yes, it is like butter, but I would say it's like a almost on that verge of being melted. A little bit more, a little bit thicker. Maybe like butter that's been sitting out all day. There we go. There you go. Hi, Lauren. Lauren from TaylorMade. She has her own YouTube channel if you haven't checked her out yet. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Tina. I'm glad she's doing so well too. She probably gets sick of me saying it, but it's a blessing. All right, and then we're going to move on to using the slippery when wet. And I don't know if I actually cleaned this one off, so I'm going to rub that on my... I may throw those in my little tub of water here in a bit. Thanks, James. And for those of you who don't know, James is my IT guy and amazing husband. All right, so now we'll come in. Yeah, I'm just trying to make this look like it might be a galaxy. Even though I'm sure no galaxy looks like this. You get my drift. What is it? Just like when we're painting our galaxies, they don't look like that until you start adding the stars. Oh, you just saw it pop in. Well, thank you for popping in, girl. I'm so excited. Thank you, Mary. All right, switch out. We'll do some more green here. I'm going to come in from here. But yeah, once they're dry, they're not really going to blend. I imagine if you tried to blend them while they're still wet, you'd have to move quickly doing it this way because it's a paint and it is going to dry pretty quickly. And then we'll bring in our blue, which is our Clear Skies. Yes, she is great. She explains things well. She always shows her beautiful face before each video. I need to get better about doing that, but I rarely put on makeup and fix my hair these days. So she always looks cute. All right, bringing in this Clear Skies, which doesn't look like much when you have it sitting here, but then you pop it up on the screen and there you go. It's cool. It's really cool. That's right, you can make your own as much as you want, Kitty. You're 100% correct. And believe me, I do. Creative license on all of these things, right? All right, so I'm going to clean up my glass mat, which I'm just going to use a little bit of water and wipe it away. Like I said, this will dry like a paint does, but with a nice shimmery touch. I imagine using these, if any of you are familiar with the, why am I blanking? Jelly plate. The jelly plate, I think these would look so cool on the jelly plate, doing something like that. So if you haven't thought about that, there you go. But now let's add some paint splatters to these. I'm going to add just some paint splatters. And by paint splatters, I mean I'm going to grab out my Trinity Gold palette. I love this. Because I want to add another stencil. So I'm going to use the center gold, which is a white gold. I just added a little drop of water. And I'm going to mix that up. Yeah, right? Makeup, what is that? I don't even know. My poor husband's probably like, yeah, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen her do it. Yeah, 1.5 years. Aren't they? They're really, really pretty. Yeah, Betsy, I can see you doing, or painting with them. Betsy is an amazing artist. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Betsy's like Facebook page or her blog and stuff, you're missing out because that girl has some talent too. All right, clean out my brush the lazy way because this is my permanent brush for splatters. Just clean it out the lazy way. And the reason I did that is because I wanted it to dry quickly, but check it out, we're getting there. We're getting there. I know, the shimmer is amazing. And I feel like I'm going to have this for forever because, and I don't think they're really that expensive. I think they're $5.99 a little tub. I do have them linked down below just in case anybody's like, oh, where do you get them? They're down below in the description box. Just click that little down arrow and you'll see it. But I'm going to let that dry for just a second, and then I'm going to bring in this stencil. This is the Stargazer stencil. The stencil I used previously, which is called Geometry. That one's a newer one that was released last month. Simon's been releasing some really great stuff pretty much every month. All right, and then I'm going to put some pixie spray on the back of this one. That way I don't have to worry about whether or not the paste is going to seep through the bottom or the back. Thanks, Mary. It's fun, isn't it? Turns out fun. Like I always say with these galaxies, anytime you're painting them or whatnot, they really don't look like galaxies until you add those stars. But yeah, did you see all that shimmer on there? I mean, we're talking shimmer. Okay, I'm just sticking that down. And the pixie spray worked. It's all on there. And then this time I'm going to bring in some texture paste. This is an opaque matte. That means that it is going to dry matte finish, and it's going to be opaque, not translucent, you know, or see-through. I always had the hardest time between opaque and translucent. I don't know why. I just did. So, all right. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to use it because it's dried out. How sad is that? I don't even know how long I've had that, but it hasn't been that long. So I guess we're going to have to switch gears. We're not using that. That was a brand new bottle. How sad is that? Yeah, Kitty, it might be one of those things you might need. Not the texture paste, clearly, but the... well, that's disappointing. All right, well, what could we add instead? What are we going to add? You know what? Let's do some clear embossing. I know there are so many good things out there. Yes, that's right. I am not one of those that spends a lot on makeup, but I spend an awful lot on craft supplies. So I'm going to take my Ink on 3 Juicy Ink Embossing Ink, and I am going to just pounce it on there. You've probably seen me do this before if you've watched me. I'm just going to pounce it on there and hope it gets through on the stars, because I just want to see how this does with the embossing powder. Or what you probably could do is just go over the top of it with some more of your like Lunar paste if you wanted. I know, right? Isn't that hilarious? It is sad. It's super sad. Ugh. Glitter Glitz Gel. Oh, Glitz Glitter Gel. There you go. Okay. Let me pull out my embossing powder. This is my Alabaster Embossing Powder by Brutus Monroe. Let's see if this works. It should. Hopefully it doesn't stick to too much other than that. It may. And it does. This is a lesson in, yeah. Okay, well that's not going to work. Well, there you go. Now you can see real time. So you see that I've done videos for like, you know, ever. And I've been crafting and doing this since my daughter was a baby. And I still have mess ups. So, right? Oh well. I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm just going to wipe all this off. And we're going to pretend like I never used the stencil. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I could always just go over the top of it with my Lunar paste if I really, really want to. But I already shoved that in the water, so we're not doing that either. I know, right, Tracy? This is just like one mishap after the other. But it's user error. It's my own fault. You know, I could actually just heat emboss that because there's a few little white specks on there. Let's see what happens. Probably not much. Oh well. Thanks, James. He's my cheerleader too. IT and cheerleader. Keeping it real. That's right. Keeping it real. All right, so there it is. That's our background. We're just going with it. Let's set this one off to the side, and I want to see how we're drying. I don't want to shove my finger in it just yet, but yeah, it's still wet, still pretty wet. I'm going to let that still keep drying for a minute. And then let's do our stamping while everything else dries. Let's just move on from the sadness that is my crafting. And we'll use this one. It's the Space Training. And I just have some white cardstock somewhere. I have white cardstock. Usually I'm so much more prepared than this. It's been a day. Oh, you guys want to hear a funny story? You want to hear what it's been like? Oh my gosh. Talk about Keeping it real. So we got back from our vacation and we had company, which I was super excited about because it was my best friend from El Paso. They drove the 20 plus hours because their son had a wedding to attend here in Huntsville, which what are the odds, right? So he had a wedding to attend, so they came with him just to see us. So when we got home, they were here, and what we had done is, you know, hung out for a couple days. Well, Deanna, I would put the stencil back, but I threw it in my water. So, and rather than, because I know I'll make a mess with it, I think I'm just going to wait. Yeah. Anyway, so we came back. We were using I didn't go too crazy with laundry just yet, you know, because our trailer was filled with laundry from camping. So I didn't do any laundry because I wanted to spend time with my friend. She was able to do a load of laundry, which is great. That's the beauty of coming and staying with a friend, right? And then they leave and I start doing laundry. You know, my husband's got to go back to work. I'm doing laundry. Every sheet, every pair of sheets in our house is dirty. Every pair. I mean, every bed is pretty much dirty. And wouldn't you know it, my washer decides to break. So not are we only like going on the last few towels, and we have 0 sheets. Yeah, that happened. So to make the story even funnier, my husband was sweet, got me a new washer. They delivered it yesterday. I was so excited. And as soon as they left, signed everything, we'd started a load just to make sure everything was good. As soon as they left, water starts seeping out of the bottom everywhere. And we're like, what is that? So my husband comes home, he takes a look, and come to find out, he like took off the back, he took off the top. You knew the washer was gonna break. He took off the top, and I'm like, why is it so wet inside where all the like mechanical stuff is? That's weird, it shouldn't be like that. And he's like, let's start a cycle and see if we know where the water's coming from. I'm like, well, that's odd, there's water over here in this little spot. Well, as soon as I said that, just about, water just sprays me in the face. And we found out it was completely missing a whole part of the mechanism. Like it was missing a hose with a whole, yeah, anyway, quality control missed that one, I guess. So we had to find another washer. They will deliver it tomorrow. We are on the last bits of what, you know, towels, you name it. It's just crazy. So, oh well, all you can do is laugh at this point, right? All you can do is laugh. I was telling Jim, just start turning your underwear inside out. It is a cute little bear. I love Simon's bear. Love Simon's bear. So, I'm not zooming in at this point. I'm just kind of letting you see what we're doing. But I would if we had a lot more to color, but we don't, so. Okay, it looks like I've given him a beard, so let's blend that out a little bit. I know, yeah, we definitely got a refund, and we have a different one coming. I'm just, I was so sad. At first I was like, well, what do you do, you know? It is what it is. What are the odds? But it could be so much worse, right? Well, they're going to give us our money back for that particular one. It's funny how the company, like the brand of the washer, didn't really want to do anything about it. They were just like, oh, just return it. That was it. And then the company we bought it from was just like, yeah, just return it. You know, it's fine. I'm not going to make a fuss. I just want it done. Yeah, who needs underwear, right, Kitty? Who needs it? Oh, well, I know. My husband was teasing, like, we'll just get you a washboard. Or maybe it was my daughter's boyfriend. He might have been the one going, well, just get a washboard. You'll be fine. I'm like, uh-huh. Says the guy who doesn't do laundry. Okay, so this is W3. So I'm going to just add a little bit of flecks of that. And just so that we have, you know, some reflection in there. And then I'll bring in my W1 and blend those out a little bit. I should have stamped 2 of these, but I think what I'm going to do for the other one is just add a sentiment. We'll have our bear here, and then we'll just do a sentiment on the other one. RB10. And then I do need to color his muzzle, so let's do E3 one. Let me see. Yeah. Ooh, and I covered his nose, so I'm going to have to bring in some white gel pen. I'm not going to, well, maybe I will. Oh, I like adding the little white dot to his eye. That's really cute. Okay, so there he is. You had to replace your washer about 6 months ago, and they were somewhat hard to come by. Yeah, Kitty, I bet. You know, it actually was hard when they were telling us, because they were like, well, we'll see if we have anything. And I thought, are you kidding me? How do you not have anything? And then you remember, oh, COVID. COVID's made it hard to get anything. So yeah. Just fussy cutting. Someone was pointing out today how excited they were that they were saving for a brother scan and cut because they had had a stroke. And so the idea of fussy cutting was very, very difficult. And so they were excited for the technology that allows us to not have to fussy cut. And you know what? I never thought about that before, but it makes perfect sense. So thank goodness for things like that. There we go. I think that bear is winner, winner. Chicken dinner. All right, what are we sitting on time? Only 30 minutes. You know, I like to keep it within 45 minutes to an hour. So we're working, we're doing it, making it happen. Yes, we did get the last one they had in stock. Just crazy. Okay. I'm going to say, it's been light years. Let's catch up. That'll go on the one. I think that'll work for the one, and then the other one, you're out of this world. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're just sticking with those. But I like how this set, you know, you can come up with your own lettering if that was confusing to you. So you could put hello, you could put you could put love you, or you are. So those are, you've got options. How fun is that? And then you could put any of these cute little critters inside the helmets. And then there's a rocket, a moon. How cute. So cute. I'm surprised I haven't used this before. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Oh, do you have one, Kay? I don't have a brother scan and cut. I have a Cricut. To be honest, I haven't tried using it for anything like that. But I hear people have great success, so that's awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp all of these out, and then we'll cut them out as we go. Just going to do it down here. Okay, that worked. Normally I'd say use your stamp positioner if you have one. In my case, a Misty, but I am throwing all caution to the wind and just trying to stamp. Oh, do you find it intimidating? Okay, so there is somebody. What is her name? This sounds terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, how am I blanking? If I can remember, she does a lot of tutorials with Scan and Cut, Brother Scan and Cut. I bet if you just looked up Brother Scan and Cut, you could find some really good ones by her. It's, doggone it. Why is her name escaping me? She does a ton of mixed media. She's, doggone it. I've watched her for years. Of course, I'm feeling under pressure, so I can't remember it. Darn it. Well, if I remember, I'll try to have it linked down below. Yes, a good tutorial. Hello, Katie from Florida. I know, I should have done Max and Miles Going to the Moon. I'm surprised they're not awake and just wreaking havoc because there's a wet medium. It's like they just know when I'm working with something wet. And they come in. I'm so glad you caught me, Katie. I think that's awesome. I'm super, super excited to have y'all here. Alright, so let's cut these apart. Just using the old guillotine trimmer. I'm slightly obsessed with it. I use it all the time. Papered Chef does good tutorials for the Brother Scan and Cut. Oh, good to know. Julie Fan, that's who, Deanna. Thank you. Faye Fan Balzer. Yes, Julie. How did I forget her name? I've watched her for years. Thank you, Deanna. Deanna to the rescue. From Maryland. Hey, Beth. Yes. Okay, I get you, Mariska. I get you. You know what? Sometimes those machines are a little bit intimidating, so no judgment here. I clearly didn't stamp that very straight. So I'm going to just do my best to cut it straight. Yeah, no judgment here. Because sometimes the Cricut's intimidating to me. It's my sister who gets me squared away with the Cricut. And she's actually more of a sewer, like my mom. I admire that. I admire that. And my stepdad is like super amazing with music. He doesn't read music, but boy, he can play it. He sent me his version of, now I'm blanking on the song. I need to look it up. Close to You. He sent me his version of Close to You. Oh, and I hope that my sister comes and sings it because it's amazing. He's got his own studio, and the things he does with music, just incredible. Just incredible. So I'm always impressed by people's talents like that, because I don't really have a lot of musical talent. Okay. So this is the most time-consuming part. Sheesh. Thanks for sticking with me. You do use your Cricut all the time, Deanna? How could you remember the name, right? Okay. Oh, rushed home to catch the... Oh, Terry, thank you. I'm so glad you caught it too. Yay. Okay, so you have watched The Paper Chef. I get it. It's difficult. I know, right, Kitty? I mean, I listened to him. He was jamming out for me. And I'm just always amazed because he's like, well, yeah, I don't read music. But he hears it and he can play it. I'm amazed. I mean, he probably think I'm like, whatever. But I really do mean that. It's really incredible. He has a gift. Technology challenge. I don't know why, but technology always confuses and frustrates me. So I love my hand crank die cutter. Yep, Tracy, I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you. And Tracy has sent me a couple of cards, and I did a video. Well, I haven't posted it yet, but I filmed it today of all the beautiful cards I've received since beginning of January till now. And there's a few in there by Tracy. There is, let's see, a few in there from Laura. I don't know if Laura's on here, but... Okay, so do you have a Cricut as well, Kay? Well, thanks, Kitty. I mean, I do. I get by. I have fun. I think that these are God-given gifts, so it's wonderful. Okay, we're gonna cover up some of this with our bear, and we'll put You're Out of This World. So I'm actually just gonna stick him right in the middle, and I'm gonna stick him down with some liquid glue. That would be, okay, and we're using the Barely Art glue, which now apparently has a clog, because I haven't used it in a couple days. Let me see. This is my day, I'm telling you, of, let's see if that helped a little. Oh, you have a silhouette as well. Oh, Tracy, seriously, you have some talent. It's super humbling to get the cards from y'all. It is, because, I mean, I know how much time it takes to make a card. So when someone sends you one, you should, Mary. I'll send you some supplies. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, that's happening. You better do it. You better do it. Oh, we'll talk, Mary, we'll talk. Oh, well, of course, Katie. I'm super glad you're here. Yay. Super glad, honestly. I'm so happy. And just grateful for all of you. It has been a little bit of a day, or I should say a few days. And just being on here with y'all, I'm going to get emotional. I feel like I'm in my element with my people, and I'm just happy. So thank you so much. All right, so these are A2 size card bases. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We'll do both of them. I need to see if that other background is dry. So it's been sitting there for now probably close to 20-30 minutes. And I didn't put it on too thick, so we'll see. Maybe it is good. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? What does, you know, the question I didn't ask, what does everybody have going on this weekend? I don't know that we have a whole lot. Oh, we're getting a washer delivered. And then they're going to come take the other one. That's what we've got going on. And I think we have to paint a fence. This home ownership thing, man. Oh, Tracy, I love you. I'm serious. Like, you guys, you don't even know. You just don't even know. Well, thanks, Mary. I am definitely not perfect, that's for sure. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Oh, it's 83 there. What is the temp here? Now you got me curious. 84. Got you beat, Bonnie. Oh, camping. How was your camping trip? How was it, Kitty? I forgot to ask. I can't believe I did that. Oh, okay. So we're a little tacky, but we're almost good. So why don't I... yeah, Mary, totally doing laundry. Cleaning and card swaps. Good for you, Bonnie. Yvonne is going to drive Lyft all day tomorrow. She's been doing good. Good for her. Well, of course she gets bonuses. She's such a sweetie. Good morning, Carmen. Oh my gosh, that's right, in Australia. Well, yay. Oh, thanks, Terry. I'm sure today, all the mishaps. Your husband's birthday. Well, happy birthday to Mr. Deanna. That's right, Tracy. Totally laundry. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. Oh, a better craft room. Oh, yeah. All your IKEA stuff last weekend. Ooh. Oh, that's right. The Crafty Bunch, or Crafty Brunch is happening this weekend over at Bruce Monroe. That's right, Tina. I forgot. Sewing clothes for your daughter. How fun. But cold. Okay, okay. You're on call. Hoping to get some card making done. Oh, you have a Facebook shop. Nice. Ooh, a new shed. Y'all are killing it with stuff you got going on this weekend. All right, I'm going to hit this with the heat tool just for a little bit. Simon says it won't bubble. I can already tell that it is drying, though, because you can see the crisp lines have started to settle in. So we're just going to go ahead and hit this with the heat tool for a second. After, an iron infusion. Okay, Carmen. All right. That's right. Your weekend started. You're in the future. I know. The shimmer is incredible. Crafting and napping. All right, Lauren. Sounds like a perfect weekend. Indiana Dunes. That's right. Tippy Canoe. Kitty. Oh my gosh, Kitty. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I wish we were camping this weekend. Oh, thanks, Nick. You're a sweetie. Okay, so I'm going to see if that's good. We're going to call that good, hopefully. So it did settle for about, oh yes. So 20 minutes and then just hitting it with the heat tool for just a little bit. And you can see how thick it is. It isn't like super thick, but it has some thickness, and that worked. I mean, I wouldn't want to like squish it between through my die cutting machine, but I think that would work. Lauren's plans are pretty good. Isn't that fun? Going to travel to the ocean early morning and have breakfast on the beach watching the sunrise with my husband. Yay, Terry. Catherine Pooler release. Oh, that's right. They did have a new release. I can't look at stuff. I'll just buy it. Oof. Oof. All right, I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to stick it sort of in the middle. We're doing that. It's been light years. Let's catch up. That's what I'm going to do. Nothing fancy here. We're just putting it down. It does look metallic. I love it. Got my home shopping work, network delivery from Craft Day. Haven't had time to open it yet. Ooh, that sounds fun, Bunny. It'll be like Christmas. I love crafty packages. I'll tell you. Pixie Paper Crafts. My 2-year-old probably won't let me get much done though. No, 2-year-olds don't, do they? They do not. Okay, so I'm even like using my fingers to attach this, and it is dry. Nothing on my hands, so that is good to know. Oh, yeah, I want to go with you, Terry. I really do. Thanks, Mary. Ooh. Bonnie, that sounds awesome. Okay. So I'm thinking these are our cards for today. So what do you think of this lunar paste? What do you think? Do you like it? I do love the shimmer it gives. I think it's just incredible. Oh, I did. Okay, so that wasn't totally dry. I did run. It's been a day. I just ran my fingernail over the top of it, but it was dry to the touch. It is dry to the touch. I wouldn't rub your fingernail across it like I just did. Oh well. But yeah, what do you think? Yeah. I know. Yeah. All right, everybody. It has been 46 minutes. As much as I would love to keep hanging out with y'all, I probably do need to think about dinner at some point. I know. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. I don't know if they're sold out most places. I think I still saw them on Ranger. I'm not sure about scrapbook.com. But yeah, these are super fun. They are different than any of the products that I own. So that's what makes them really cool, I think. And I do love that they will match Simon's inks because those have become my main inks. Yes, they're fabulous. Add a trim to the... That's what I'm going to have to do, Kitty, because... Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me screw up and loving me through it anyway. You guys are amazing. I did show you what not to do, that's right. I love that you got to spend time too, Mary. I just love you and miss you. Hey, Don! Thank you. All right, well, I'm going to let you all go so you can have your weekend. Thank you for spending time with me. I missed this. I always miss it when I don't get to see you. So the plan is hopefully to meet up next Friday. So keep some time open, and I will see you then, like in person. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.